Hello everyone and welcome back to the official Bolton Wanderers podcast, Wanderers Way, in association with iHeat, with myself, Derek Clark, and Super John McGinley. Very excited about this week's guest. He needs no introduction. It's the one and only Ricardo Gardner. How's it going, Ricardo?
Good. Thanks for the invite. Thanks for having me, man.
Oh, it's brilliant to have you on. Cannot wait for this, yeah.
Wanderers Way, the official podcast of Bolton Wanderers Football Club in association with iHeat. Coming up,
I went in to see a specialist and they said he should be back in training on Monday. I was like, okay, this sounds good. And then he said, the physio at the time said, let's go and check with another specialist. And he said he looked like he would be off for 9 months. I was like, what? I wasn't having it, you know. I said I will stick to Monday, not knowing that I will be off for the next 7 months. You know what I mean? When Big Sam came, first, I must say before I even start, I was absolutely gutted to see Colin Todd went, because he was the one who brought me here.
Yeah.
You know, but when Sam came and put everything in place, what he has done here, it's so easily for you to forget everything that Colin Todd has done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He came and he transformed this football club into something huge.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he started off the field. You know, there was so much important stuff that he introduced to the environment, you know, for us to see things and do things a little bit different, you know. He was the first one to bring in the sports science, the ice baths and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Before even the big clubs start doing it.
Yeah.
To my knowledge, it's like qualifying for the World Cup, taking Bolton from Championship to the Premier League. I remember my mom was on the phone to Sue when it was happening as well. So Sue was on the phone with my mom and Sue was saying, "Oh, he has the ball. Oh, he scored." So
she was doing running commentary.
It's crazy. Sue was running commentary.
Yeah.
And it's not like she was on the phone throughout the game. My mom just called at that moment. Perfect timing.
Wow.
Fate. You know? Fate, yeah, exactly. It was meant to be in it.
Yeah.
Cause she just called at that time, and Sue just said, "He's on the ball now."
Wanderers Way, the official podcast of Bolton Wanderers Football Club in association with iHeat.
Good to see you. Is it good to be back?
Yeah, always good to be back. I mean, I've always expressed Bolton is like home away from home for me. Mm-hmm. When I left Jamaica, this is where I came straight from my little small community. So it's home away from home.
Yeah. I remember you coming into the dressing room, Ricardo. I mean, when you first joined, little skinny kid away from home.
I know, right? Yeah. Time flies.
And if you could have foreseen what you've done.
Now I can lift a little bit of weight. At that time, I would be struggling.
But you're still alright. You still come back regular, don't you? You still come to the games. You still get about the place.
Yeah, I try to see as much game as possible whenever I'm around. So I'm still stay connected with the club and follow the results every week. So even when I'm not here, I still try to stay in touch with whatever is happening within the football club. So
keeping busy at the moment, Ricardo, as well?
Yeah, my kids keep me busy. Yeah. My two youngest is involved in football, and my youngest has me up and down on the motorway, so I have to lift my hats off to the footballing parents, man, because it's a hard job.
It's a tough job, isn't it?
It's a tough job.
Relentless.
Yeah. Never stops.
Yeah. How are they doing? How are they both doing?
They're doing well. They're doing pretty well. I mean, they have come a far way. My boys at Stockport just signed a 3-year pro contract, and my youngest, she's 14 and she's with the under 16 Bolton. I will never dream of her coming back to play for Bolton. You know what I mean? To be in football much as to be playing for Bolton. So it's destiny.
Well,
right?
now, especially now that we've got a ladies team as well that are doing very, very well, we've got that pathway now for young girls, especially the ones that support the club, etc., that can make it right into the first team and do really well.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. I think the group that she's in, I think they're doing fantastically well. Carl, who is the coach, he creates a very good environment, and from where the game was to where it is now, it has come a far way, to be honest with you. So it's an opportunity for the girls, not just my daughter, but for the girls within the community, near and far. Yeah. It's an opportunity for them to go and fulfill their dreams and goals.
And your boy's doing well at Stockport as well, in and about the first team.
Yeah. I would love for him to kick the door down by now, but yeah, he's doing well for himself, to be honest. I mean, he has earned himself a 3-year contract. Now, you have to just continue to work hard, continue to be patient, and wait on his opportunity to grab it with both hands when it arrives.
Does he play the same position as his dad?
Nah. In today's game, they say he's the number 10, you know, but he plays different position. Sometimes they play him in a 3. They play him left wing back. They play him right wing back.
Okay.
They play him as number 10. Sometimes they play him as an 8, just for him to grow and understand the game. Sometimes for his own development, they play him in different positions, and I think that's the way it should go. Yeah. But I think he's in a very good place.
Yeah. Excellent stuff. Well, we wish him all the very best. Cannot wait to see him on the pitch sometime soon. That's for sure.
Thank you.
If he's half as good as your good self, then he'll be wanting a winner, I think.
He'll have a right chance.
I mean, it's a big way to go, but hopefully he will come across and he will be better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's my goal. That's my dream.
Yeah.
For him to not do what I have done, but do more than what I have done.
Yeah.
In the game.
You lived the dream, Ricardo. Was it always an ambition playing football in Jamaica that you would make it one day?
Yeah, I mean, growing up in Jamaica in my time, I didn't imagine to see myself playing football outside of Jamaica, because in that time we didn't see these things happening on a regular.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it wasn't even a dream for me. I just loved the game. I just fell in love with football because of my older brother. And it only became a dream when René Simões came to Jamaica, the Brazilian coach who took us to the World Cup. You know what I mean? He was the one who let us start to see and understand football in a different light. To know that you can make life through football, you know?
Yeah.
We used to have every now and again, like, 1 out of 10 years or 2 out of 20 years every now and again. But it was normally like in the MLS, you know what I mean? People not used to go through like the school system. So growing up for me, it wasn't a dream until René Simões came to Jamaica. So I was just within my community, in love with football. Everywhere there is a game, I will try to get involved. Even when I went to high school, no one knew that I could play football, because I went to high school for track and field.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was only people within my community who knew I could play football, until they started seeing me play football at high school. Then they knew that this was my passion, this was my love, this was my first love, and not track and field. Because when I was going to primary school, unfortunately my school didn't enter the football league, you know, because we couldn't afford to at that time. And when we finally get the opportunity, the manager passed away, and then we didn't get the chance to enter. So I got a scholarship to go to high school for running, you know. So then when I went there, they started seeing me playing football, and the days of track and field training will just get less and less and less every time, you know, until it was just football only, you know.
What running were you doing? What distance running were you doing?
Sprinting. So the first time even I fly it was through track and field.
Yeah.
You know, when I went to Miami Classic for my high school. So track and field, introduced me to the world outside of Jamaica before football did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But football was always my passion and always my first love.
Yeah. Could have had a career like your good friend Usain Bolt, perhaps, as opposed to football.
I know he's special. He's a special talent, and not only special talent, but a special human being also. You know, most importantly. So I don't know. Maybe I will be competing against him instead of playing football. Who knows?
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
huge though, isn't it? The track and field Jamaica. There's so many great athletes.
It's massive, especially in the school. Couple of days last week they had the high school champs for boys and girls. It's massive, like the entire country, full of stadium. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
it's high schools from all around the country comes together. It's always big.
Yeah.
It's a big
so
sport.
Yeah. So you choose football. It was the right choice in the end, wasn't it, Ricardo?
For sure. It's the right choice in the end for me.
Yeah.
I mean, as I mentioned, it was everything I know. You know, it was everything I know. But I was very athletic. I tried to do every sport. Know what I mean? And I was blessed and lucky to get the opportunity to go to a very good high school through track and field. You know, and Steve Francis was the one who brought me to my high school as well. He coached Shelley and Fraser. He's a coach for Shelley and Fraser, Asafa Powell, Sharika Jackson, you know. So he was the one who brought me to my high school. So who knows what would have come of me at the end. But as I said, I made the right choice and I lived my dream.
Yeah.
And everything through football.
I was going to say, Harbourview, you started your career, wasn't it?
Yeah, Harbourview, my community, just a small community within Kingston, about 5 minutes from the Kingston Norman Manley Airport.
Yeah.
A small community, a footballing community, family community as well.
Yeah.
You know, that's where I started from, maybe 8.
Yeah.
You know, coming up through the different ranks. There we don't call it academy, but it is like an academy.
Yeah.
But we have the under 12, the under 14s, the under 16s, and then we go straight to the senior team. You know, but like now I think they introduced under 17 as well and under 20. But during those times, it only stopped at under 16 for us. You know, so at the age of 15, I made my debut for the senior team. My brother got injured, and I came, and the rest was history.
Yeah.
You know, so I grew up following behind my brother's footstep, Roger Bancroft. You know, everywhere you go in the community, I'm always behind him as that little one pulling me along. You know, so I've been introduced to football from a very young age. And whenever we call it scrimmage back home, whenever there's scrimmage back home, I was one of the maybe youngest that will play with the older boys, get the opportunity to play with the older boys. So I've learned a lot playing with the older boys as well, playing football with the older boys, and then made a transition through the football club.
Yeah. Did you have any role models back then? Did you watch much football as a kid?
Yeah, I did. I mean, when growing up, I grew up watching Diego Maradona.
Yeah.
You know, so
wasn't anybody better than him?
I know he was a massive influence on me as a youngster growing up.
Yeah.
Loving the game, you know. So I grew up watching him. I grew up watching a lot of people within my club as well. Even my brother that I mentioned earlier. I was a massive fan of his game as well, you know what I mean? So he was my role model as well. And others within the community, of course.
Yes.
You know, who I grew up watching. You know, but internationally my role model was Diego Maradona.
Yeah. Your international career is fascinating to me. I mean, you made your debut for Jamaica really young, didn't you? And then was that a wonderful period where you're part of the Reggae Boys that won qualification to the World Cup. That must have been something else.
Yeah, it was very special. It's something special, as I said. In Jamaica, before Rene Simons came to Jamaica, we used to have people going to work, coming to play for the national team. You know what I mean? When he came to Jamaica, he changed that. He changed the mindset of how people look at football, at the game, as a sport, and teach us that it's a professional environment we have to create. You know what I mean? He teaches us how to be professionals. He shows us how to be professionals. He shows the importance of sleeping well, the importance of training hard, the importance of resting, the importance of setting yourself goals, the importance of setting yourself targets and ticking the boxes as you go along. So those times for Jamaican football was very, very special and unique, you know. We created the Reggae Boys.
Yeah.
And growing up, watching football, and every time the World Cup is coming around, everyone will be supporting Brazil, supporting Argentina, supporting England, and cheering on different countries now to see our own playing in the World Cup, hearing the national anthem. It was just something unbelievable, something that we have never dreamt of, man.
Yeah.
Notice he never mentioned Scotland.
Well, that was the last time Scotland made it as well.
And Scotland as well, how could I forget that?
We were there.
Let me add that into it as well.
Kilts on and all.
Yeah, I remember that, Brazil game.
Yeah, Brazil game. We
Yeah,
Boyd OG sold the
but those
jerseys.
times was very special for Jamaican football.
Yeah.
You know, we created a massive thing. We created a change. We created a mindset. We inspired a whole nation. You know, domestically and within the diaspora. You know, so it was big for us. We allow kids to start dream.
Yeah.
You know, to start dream now, because to let them know that it's not impossible.
Yeah.
You know, and it was I was very blessed to be a part of such an amazing thing.
Such a young lad. Was it El Salvador? You got a draw against them, and that what made you qualify? Is that right?
No, it was at home against US. I think we draw against at home.
Was it a big party after?
We drew away in El Salvador.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the last minute, and then at home. I think it was USA or Mexico. Yeah, I think it was USA or Mexico.
Must have been partying for days after that. First time ever.
Yeah, the government made it a public holiday the following day. You know,
Quite right.
No one was at work. People was in the streets, beating pot covers together. You know. Yeah, it was amazing, man. It was amazing.
And I mean, you went there, and you never even. It was not one of those ones where you just go and you make up the numbers. You won your first game, wasn't it, against Japan, which was
no, that was the last game.
Last game, beat Japan.
We lose 3-1 to Croatia.
Yeah.
Our first game. You know, but scoring our first goal.
Yeah.
Against Croatia, it was massive to just being in the environment and hearing our national anthem playing. You know what I mean? It meant the world.
Yeah.
To us. It's not something that we have dreamt about, and to actually be in that situation, being in that position. Goosebumps all over you, man.
Yeah, I can imagine. And you played against Argentina as well, didn't you? Which must have been incredible.
And I grew up watching Argentina. So just as I mentioned before, people used to be in the street carrying Brazil. At that time I was carrying Argentina. Now I'm up against Argentina. I'm like, wow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a wow moment for us, man.
Yeah.
Memories.
Great memories.
The Japan game you'd have come up against Nakata was playing, wasn't he?
Yeah, Nakata was playing. Yeah, that was the only game we won.
Yeah. But great to win a game. Scotland never even won a game.
Of course, it's massive to win a game in the World Cup, man.
Yeah.
A lot of the team went there and never win a game.
No, I know.
You know?
Tell me about it.
And to go there and win in the manner that we did.
Yeah.
You know, 2 great goals from Theodore Whitmore, and and we just
Some
we
great
just
players.
relish in it and enjoy the moment and the atmosphere, man. We just left everything out there on the pitch. It was our last game, and we said, listen, we can't go away without nothing. Come on, let's just go and enjoy it and have fun.
Yeah.
And we work our socks off, man, and we get what we deserve in the end.
Who would you have come up against when Argentina, Croatia? Because he had some great players at that time, didn't he?
Suka played.
David Suka, yeah.
David Suka played. Argentina had Batistuta, Arteta,
I loved him. I love Batistuta.
yeah.
I thought he was brilliant.
Zanetti.
Zanetti was good, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Simeone would have played for them, wouldn't he?
Who?
Diego Simeone, I
Yeah,
think.
Simone was there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Ortega, I think, was part of them as
Yeah.
well. Did you swap their
Batistuta
jerseys with
was-
them? Do you have any jerseys from your time playing
Nah.
international?
Nah.
Just kept your own shirt.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I was still in the
Yeah.
You're just a young lad, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was incredible. You'd go on, we've talked about Bolton, of course, in a little minute, but to go on and captain your country as well must have been a proud moment for you.
Of course, proud moment for myself and my family.
Yeah.
To lead the Jamaica national team, you know. As I mentioned before, it was a far way for me growing up in a small community. I didn't even think about representing the wearing the colours at that time, you know. So to be wearing the armband and leading my nation, it was a very proud moment for me and my family and people who were close to me as well. People who are close to me.
Yeah. Do you think Jamaica will be the World Cup coming up around the corner if they get a chance of qualifying?
I hope so. I think we have the squad to do it.
Yeah.
I think we have the players to do it. I think we have a coach who can lead the squad that we have to do it. But it's always easy to say, innit?
Yeah.
But everyone will be thinking the same.
I know.
I know a lot of people is saying this might be the easiest opportunity for us to go to a World Cup, which I think it is.
Yeah.
You know, my opinion, I think it is. But at the end of the day, we still have to go there and get the job done, innit? Yeah, and other country will be thinking the same.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so we just have to do what we have to do. We know what we have to do, so we just have to do what we have to do.
Yeah.
Do you have any involvement at all, Ricardo, over there with the football national team or any other team locally?
Well, I still stay in touch. I used to do some coaching with Harbourview, my local club. I used to do some coaching with Portmore United. I still stay in touch with people from Portmore United, not so much from Harbourview, but I still stay in touch with also people within the national team also. But I haven't done any work with the national team since last year when we came third in the Nation League Gold Cup.
Okay. Oh yeah, the Gold Cup.
Yeah. So since McLaren took over, I haven't done any work with them.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
That's right. See, McLaren's over there now, isn't he?
Yeah.
How's he done?
He's doing good.
Yeah?
He's doing good, and I hope he continues to do well. The Jamaican fans can be very hard to please. You know, we can,
Demanding.
Yeah, we are very demanding.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a tough task.
Yeah.
You have a tough task at hand. You know what I mean? But I hope and pray that he will come out on top.
Yeah.
I suppose the tough task is living up to you guys.
Yeah.
Because you set the bar.
Yeah, and I think that's where they always put it, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they're always comparing every team after the 98 with the 98 team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But what I think we need to do is to get behind the team
Cutting
and
crop.
just
Yeah.
pull together as one, you know. The 98 team has done what we have done.
Yeah.
You know, but it is the nature of the sport. People always compare.
Yeah.
You know, if someone is running for Jamaica tomorrow, they are going to compare him to Usain Bolt,
Yeah.
right? But I think we should just respect what we have done and try to help these ones
Exactly.
Yeah.
to do the same or more. You know, instead of comparing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally
Look
agree.
at what we have done There are things that we have done that we still should be doing now. But the game has evolved, but the blueprint is already there. So if we can take 1 and 2 pieces from the blueprint and add what we need to add to it, and all come together as one force with one goal and push together in the same mindset, then it's possible.
It's possible. You set a high bar. That's the issue, and it makes it, the high bar makes it a heavy shirt to carry sometimes.
Yeah, it does.
You know,
it does. Even yourself know. You know.
Yeah.
But as that comes with the nature of a professional footballer. You always want to set yourself high standards.
Yeah.
You know. But sometimes you have to make sacrifices, a little bit more sacrifices. So I think everyone need to come together. The fans, players, the administration. You know, it's been happening for years where people are bashing the federation, people are bashing the players, you know, but are we really looking in the mirror to say, what am I doing to help?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm a supporter. I'm going to support no matter what. I am the player. I'm going to make the sacrifice. I'm going to do whatever it takes because I have these supporters supporting me. And I'm the administrator. I'm going to do everything to support these guys to get the job done. So, and it's one job, the football, to qualify for the World Cup. You know, because that's, since we qualify for the World Cup, that's I've always been the
goal. Should be the goal.
Yeah, the thing that we look at, qualifying for the World Cup, you know? But I think if we take our mind from that a little bit and think about long term, we could be qualifying for more than one World Cup. Because there are youth World Cup as well.
Yeah.
Boys and girls. So what are we doing in order to make this possible from the under-15s come right up to the national team? And what are the transitions that we are making? You know, looking back and learning from where did we go wrong here? What do we need to add? We have done this before. What's the blueprint? What do we need to take from the blueprint? What do we need to put to the blueprint to make this a possibility? You know what I mean? What can we do in order for us to qualify for every boys and girls World Cup? Japan when Japan went to the World Cup, it was their first time.
Yep.
And since then, they have qualified for every World Cup. So obviously they must be looking at the whole structure instead of just looking to qualify for the senior men's World Cup. Because if you look from the base, and then the transition will come. Yeah. You know?
Getting that structure right, isn't it?
So it's just getting that structure right. You know? Putting everything together so everything can be sustainable. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Could say the same about Scotland, isn't it?
Well, it is. I mean, I think it is actually, when you look to the future, it's more important you get your best coaches at the younger ages. Do you know what I mean? Because they're the ones that's going to bring these kids through and set the bar for them and the standards. So as they come through, you're going to get the benefit from it, aren't you? Yeah. But it is. It's finance as well, isn't it? Because you're really investing your money into what you're not going to see a return probably for a good number of years. Yeah. But it's having that foresight to go and do it.
Because it's going to take a lot of money, but I think when you qualify for World Cups, then you're gonna get a lot of reward as well, financially as well, no?
Yeah.
And maybe private sectors will want to come on board. Wherever there is success,
Yeah, exactly.
people will want to be a part of it, innit?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hopefully we see them at the World Cup. It's been a long time. Brought a lot of colours, certainly, to 98. I enjoyed watching them, that's for sure. And it's 98 where you caught the attention of this club here, Ricardo. A £1 million fee at the time, which was huge for your good self. Did you have any other offers? How did the move to Bolton come about?
Yeah, there were a few offers, but Bolton was very appealing to me because it was England, and maybe I didn't want to come out of my comfort zone. We are an English-speaking country.
Yeah.
You know, I'm coming from Jamaica. It's my first time leaving my country to come overseas to play international football outside of being in the World Cup. You know, this is me leaving home now for good.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's not going away with Jamaica and then coming back home.
Yeah.
No, it's me leaving home now for good. So I think the club, I knew nothing about the club at that time, to be honest, but because it was in England, as we already speak English, it was an easy decision for me and my mom at the time and the agent. So there were offers from Spain, and there were offers from not Spain, France, and there were offers from Ireland as well. Yeah, PSV, PSG at the time.
Wow.
Yeah, and then Bolton. And then the rest is history, innit?
I can see why you picked Bolton. There's not a lot of difference, really. You make it with the weather. You know what I mean? The weather's good here as well.
Yeah, well, it certainly is today. That's for
yeah,
sure.
but I've never regretted it.
Oh, no.
I've never regretted it.
Yeah.
I had some great times here, man.
Yeah.
I've learned so much here, on and off the field.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this club have taught me so many things. You know, that sticks with me today.
Yeah.
Well, it's
That I can also share and with my kids and teach to my kids, you know.
Special club. It's a special, and a town. It's a special town. People are good.
Yeah.
Good people. First time you met Colin, Todd, what was your impressions?
He won me over. Great human being, great coach. He was straightforward, you know. He helped me to settle as quickly as possible when I came here, because of his whole charisma. You know what I mean? He's without him paving the way for me, it would be impossible. You know what I mean? He's taught me a lot. I didn't spend a lot of time playing for him because he left, unfortunately. But during his reign, during our time together, I've learned a lot from him. You know, to be honest, he's the one who spotted me at the World Cup and reached out to my agent. You know, and he was very interested. You know, and he expressed that to my agent and also to me and my mom. So, from the very first day, he won me over.
Good. Was it?
And help me making my decision to come to Bolton.
Was it a big change in terms of the culture and moving from what you were used to here in Bolton? And did any players help you as well in the dressing room?
Yeah, it's a massive change. It's things that I wasn't used to, that I was just getting used to in the national team. I mean, growing up, I've never lifted weights. You know what I mean? And I grew up, never thought I could be injured also. But my body, as you mentioned in the first part of the podcast, I was a little skinny lad, you know. So my body wasn't used to the rigid training, like what we receive here. So when I was just getting used to those type of rigid training within the national team, and then suddenly I made the transfer from Harbourview Football Club to come here. So my body wasn't used to training hard every day and pushing myself to the limit every day. We push ourselves every day, to be honest, but in terms of the intensity of the training and the rigidness of the training and the double sessions within the gym, on the field, everything together. In Jamaica, like with the national team, it's a little bit different because the coach was focusing most on how he wants us to play and how he wants us to function. So we spend a lot of hours on the field, and less time in the gym. Here, it was gym, feel, gym, feel, gym, feel, So it was different. It was a shock to me and my body at the time. The first time I came here and I remember it was Barnsley away when I got my first injury. And I went in to see a specialist and they said, he should be back in training on Monday. I was like, okay, this sounds good. And then he said, the physio at the time said, let's go and check with another specialist. And he said he looked like he would be out for 9 months. I was like, what? I wasn't having it, I said, I will stick to Monday. Not knowing that I will be out for the next 7 months, you know what I mean? So it was a massive change. It was a massive change for me. Also, the food was different. Here. The culture is different. I used to my Jamaican food. Outside of my Jamaican food, it would be the closest thing to it would be Chinese. So when I moved to Bolton, I used to eat Chinese like every week, every week. So I was living in UNUs, every week. So Vinny and Victor would be used to me, and
You're here again.
So
what was your order in the Chinese? What did you like to order?
Sweet and sour chicken, because we eat most of the chicken, So I used to order sweet and sour chicken, So.
You a fan of sweet and sour chicken, John?
Nah, you're rubbish.
Well, the culture though, and the growing up was different. But as I mentioned to you, the fans and the players here helped me to settle as quickly as possible. Nathan Blake. Took good care of me. The Gundy Bergson. I mean, the squad that we had, the players, it made me feel at home as quickly as possible, and also the fans as well.
Yeah.
I think the fans quite quickly look after you. Jump on the back of that. They can see you coming in, a young player coming in as well. Like I said, it's a special town, and they make you feel at home. It's a family. It was a family club. Coming into a good environment, and like you said, Colin nurtured that as well, didn't he, Colin Todd?
I think he nurtured and harnessed that when from the very first day, and Andy Todd as well played a part in that as well. I think we had a very good group, and as you said, it's a family club. It's a family club, and from the very first day I came in, I felt that.
You felt part of it.
I felt a part of that. And it's a small town, and the fans, as you said, they are brilliant. They are brilliant. They whenever I'm coming all the way from Jamaica, they let me feel at home very quickly. I'm not sure if it's because I came on in the first game and scored the winner against
your debut.
West Brom away when it was 2-2. So maybe that helps a little bit.
It helps, of course it helps. No, but it gets you off to a good start, doesn't it?
It does. But I think what the club and the community created make it easy for a player to come and feel a part of this family.
But like you said, it's okay saying they make you feel part of it, you have to be part of it as well. And,
Of course.
and you quite quickly made yourself one of the most popular players we've had here for a long, long time.
Of course, and it's also the goal that I set, because at the time there was no one. It was a big thing for Jamaica. I was maybe the first player to be making such a massive transfer out of Jamaica. It was £1 million. It was massive there. It was like 59 million, and the club locally getting this amount of money for a player. I also wanted to make sure when I came here, I want to make sure that people know that there are talents in Jamaica also. So I set myself that standard by making sure that I come here and represent myself, not only on the field but off the field, because I think that is very important. You know what I mean? So that was my aim and my goal, to let them know that there's talents in Jamaica, so people can come and seek talents from there. So I wasn't only representing myself.
No.
I was representing an entire nation. You know what I mean? So.
Well, you certainly didn't let them down.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
You didn't.
So I had playing in the just tracking back to the World Cup. I think I had to mention this. Just tracking back to the World Cup. I remember I was still in school, high school, when the coach came to me and said, "Listen, you have to make a very important decision, because things are going to get a little bit harder now. We are going to travel more. We are going to be out of the country more. So you have to make a decision between school and football." And the entire nation was saying, "You should go to school."
Yeah.
You know? And I had a massive decision to make. And I remember when my brother came to me and said, "Listen, think about it thoroughly. Whatever decision you made, you have my backing." You know? And the coach also mentioned the same thing as well. And that's all I wanted to hear, you know, because this is what I loved, and I started to see light through the tunnel. You know, when it just started, the tunnel is a little bit dark, and now you start to see a little bit of light. So I made a choice to opt out of school at that time and chose football. You know, so if I didn't make that decision, maybe I
You wouldn't be sat here?
I wouldn't be sitting here.
Yeah.
Was it a hard decision to make, though?
No.
No.
It wasn't a hard decision for me, to be honest. Because football was everything to me.
Yeah.
Was it more about what other people thought rather than what you thought?
Yeah. That make it a little bit difficult,
Yeah.
because in Jamaica they are very massive on education, which should
thing.
be.
Yeah.
That's all right. You know, but I also want to show them that through football there is a way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Through football, there's a way. We can be educated through football as well,
Inspire
because
people,
we
can you?
learn so much values through football.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And football taught me almost everything that I know. But school is very important as well,
Of course it is.
you know? So that was massive. That was a massive choice for me back then, and a massive decision that I had to make. Even my mom was telling me, school.
Yeah, I bet I was
You
going
know
to
what I
ask
mean?
that. Yeah.
Yeah, even my mom was telling me, you need to go to school. You know what I mean? But I'm sure she didn't regret the choice that I made at the end.
But you'd probably say the same to your kids as well.
Yeah, no.
Do you know what I mean?
With me and my kids, I tell them, you need to have a balance, but
Yeah.
I'm going to support you all the way with your passion and your goals. So if for example, it's you want to go and study law, you have my support. No, if you want to go and be a pilot, you have my support. You know what I mean? I'm going to support them, but I'm going to also let them know how important it is to be able to be properly educated. So you have to pay attention. You have to strike that balance.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's very important. You know, but I'm going to tell them football if that's their passion. You know, I'm not going to because everyone is different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not going to stop them from doing that because their grades drop.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm going to try and help them to pick their grades up, but this is what you love. But I'm also going to use it and let you know, say, listen, if you want to do this, you also have to do this. You know what I mean? So I learned from that through my experience.
Yeah. Bang on. See, English football, did it take you a little while to get used to? I mean, it's quite physical. How did you find it to begin with?
Yeah, it's quite physical. It's quite physical. It's fast.
Yeah.
It's fast as well. You know, but the work that we do here with Colin, Todd, and as I said, I settled in quickly.
Yeah.
And I was blessed to adapt very quickly as well, because I also have to adapt to the game here.
Yeah.
You know, and I was blessed to adapt quickly, because one of the best things you can have as a coach is to have a player that can adapt to what you want very quickly. You know, and I was blessed that I adapted very quickly to what Colin Todd was demanding from us at the time. But it's different. It's a lot quicker, a lot more physical.
Yeah.
But as I said, I was very lucky and blessed to adapt quickly to that.
Absolutely. Colin leaves. Big Sam, of course. You played in the golden era for Wanderers at that time. What was that like?
When Big Sam came, first, I must say, before I even start, I was absolutely gutted to see Colin Todd win.
Yeah.
Because he was the one who brought me here.
Yeah.
You know, but when Sam came and put everything in place, what he has done here, it's so easily for you to forget everything that Colin Todd has done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He came and he transformed this football club into something huge. You know, and he started off the field. You know, there was so much important stuff that he introduced to the environment. You know, for us to see things and do things a little bit different. You know, he was the first one to bring in the sports science, the ice baths and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Before even the big clubs start doing it.
Yeah.
To my knowledge. So he come and he transformed this club, and he transformed the players as well. You know what I mean? He changed the mindset. He could go to anyone within the football club, from the person who is picking up the thing off the floor, and he will let no one feel different from the players or himself. You know what I mean? He's that guy, and he just, it's always a family club, but he brings it even closer.
Yeah.
You know, so if it was a family club like this, he brought it in even closer. Yeah.
Like you said, it's not just the players, it's the people who work here.
Yeah.
You know, whether you make the tea, you know, you're treated the same as your best player.
Yeah.
And
He was that.
Yeah.
He was that person. He was that person.
But he took the whole club to another level, didn't he?
He does. His man management skill is unbelievable. You know, his man management skill is unbelievable, and the environment that he created, within the dressing room, outside of the dressing room, doing things within the community. So we know that we are the community.
Yeah.
We are not just the players. You're not going to separate yourself from the community.
Yeah.
So we have to go in the community. The people see us. We used to have to go to the Christmas, the
Lifeline, the gold line.
yeah. We used to have to go to the hospitals to give presents. You know, so you're not bigger than the community.
Yeah.
Sort of thing, you know what I mean? So what he did here was unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. The players that he brought in was some
world class, wasn't
some that you will never even think of would be. Maybe when they're coming to this place, just like me, they didn't know what they were coming into, and he convinced these players to come to Bolton.
Exactly.
you know, where they could have gone anywhere else in the world.
Yeah.
You know? The likes of JJ, the likes of Campo,
Yuri.
the likes of Yuri Jokaev,
Hero.
Hero.
And they all
You know?
love their time here, don't they? They all speak very highly.
Yeah,
They always-
Juf,
Yeah.
Stelios, you know, Borghetti, so much. Jardel, you know,
Yeah.
so much players. You know, he created something very unique here.
You guys must have been sitting in the dressing room thinking, who's coming next? You know, because it was like a who's who of football coming in the door, wasn't it?
And not only the players from outside, you also reward the players coming through the academies as well. Through the academy, you know, you reward them whenever they are doing good. We used to have a few of them training with us on a regular basis. So he doesn't look outside of the club only.
Yeah.
You know, he do as much as he can outside of the club to put together what he already have here coming through the club. You know what I mean? So I think he transformed everything here.
Well, like you said, we had a genuine pathway coming
Yeah.
through the academy.
Yeah.
When you see like Kevin Nolan
Kevin
coming
Nolan,
through,
Nicky
ended up-
Hunt.
Nicky Hunt.
Yeah.
You know?
You know, Kevin ends up skipper of the team. You know,
Yeah,
fantastic.
did fantastic well.
Yeah.
Before you get into the Premier League, though, you made your mark. You didn't score many goals, Ricardo, but that goal in the playoff final against Preston must live long in the memory. What was your memories of that game and that goal?
I know. My memories took me back before that game, to be honest, because I remember when we went to about 2 playoff and lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this one, everything, we felt it before, you know, the adrenaline, like we knew that this was the time.
Yeah.
You know, from everything that Sam came and he did. He gave us that belief that this is now. We are going to do it today. So before even going into that game, I have that confident that we were going to come away as winners. So when I picked the ball up on the halfway line, it's just one thing
You want to score?
came to my mind, just run all the way to the end of the pitch, and then when I saw that I was in the 18-yard box, shoot.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, but that feeling, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's like qualifying for the World Cup, innit? It's like qualifying for the World Cup, taking Bolton from Championship to the Premier League. I remember my mom was on the phone to Sue when it was happening as well. So Sue was on the phone with my mom, and Sue was saying, "Oh, he has the ball. Oh, he scored." So
She was
it's
doing
crazy.
running commentary.
It's
on the
crazy. She
phone.
was running commentary.
Yeah.
And it was it's not like she was on the phone throughout the game. My mom just called at that
Perfect
moment.
time.
Perfect timing.
Wow.
You know? Fate. Yeah.
meant to
Exactly.
be.
It was meant to be, innit?
Yeah.
Because she just called at that time, and Sue just said, he's on the ball now. And then all of a sudden, yeah.
No
Great
better
moment,
feeling.
man.
No
Great
better feeling.
moment. Great
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
Great moment. I mean, we achieved the goal now. You know, we achieved the goal to get back in the Premier League. You know?
But it wasn't just being in the Premier League. I mean, 4 top 8 finishes when you were there. You certainly,
Yeah.
like I said, it was a golden time for this football club, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, the first year we set our goals and our aim of not getting relegated first and foremost. We said if we get to this point, this amount of points, we be good.
Yeah.
You know, so that was the first target. You know, so we set ourselves different targets each year. You know, and then when the players start, when we steadied ourselves now and fight the relegation battle, it was very tough, by the way.
Can you imagine?
Every game was like a finals, innit?
Yeah,
Every
yeah,
game
yeah.
was like a finals. We have to be fighting every single game. You know, so we relish those moments, man. those moments created everything else that came after, you know?
Yeah.
Stabilizing ourselves in the Premier League.
This place became like a fortress, didn't it?
Yeah, it does.
You
It
know,
does.
and it really galvanised the fans behind the team as well, because we had to show that fight and that spirit every game.
Every single game. And these fans here demands that from you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? So whenever you put the shirt on, you want to go out there and just fight for them and for the club.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we staying up in the Premier League also allow Big Sam to go on.
Get the good, brilliant players in.
Yeah, bring players in who he thinks will suit and benefit the group that he already have here.
Some of the players, like you said, I mean, how good was JJ?
JJ was unbelievable. if you done something in training, he would say to you, "I'm going to do that in a game on the weekend," and then when the game come on the weekend, following week you are watching it, and the what's that program used to come on Saturday where they show all the tricks?
Soccer AM.
Soccer AM, but they had a special name for that. For
Showboating.
showboating, yeah.
He was on it every week,
He was
wasn't
a
he?
He would be on showboating the following week, you know? Yeah, but he was an unbelievable talent. He just let this football speak for himself, and not only his talent, but the human being himself, you know?
You don't get players like that anymore, do you? Just entertainers. Really.
Yeah. I don't think that the game create that as much either, innit?
No.
Yeah. He just bring his personality out on the pitch.
Yeah.
Which is something always good to have, because the fans come here to be entertained.
Yeah.
Innit?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mesmerising.
But JJ was unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable talent.
Yeah.
Unbelievable talent.
Who were the other big characters in the dressing room at that time? It was packed full of them, weren't it?
Yeah.
Yourself included.
Yeah. There's a lot. Even before that, Warriors was a very good character.
Mm-hmm.
Bruno Ngati, quiet, but whenever he's on the pitch,
A warrior.
you know, warrior. Bernard Mendy.
Yeah.
We had the likes of Nicolas Anelka. Jufi was that character in the dressing room, you know? Yeah, you know Jufi already. Joker.
Always lively.
Yeah, he always lively, always bubbly, you know? Yeah, but we had a pack full of stars within the dressing room throughout our time here. Stelios came through, Joker F, you know?
It was a great time, wasn't it? I mean, playing against the likes of the big hitters as well, like some Man United, Liverpool, and Arsenal.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy going to these places and taking on the big boys?
Of course. Those are the games that we look forward to the most.
Yeah.
You know, the big games, it brings a different adrenaline, a different rush to, you know, to walking out in those stadiums and those fans and getting the job done. I mean, going to Manchester United and winning away to Manchester United. Crazy. You know, I think one of the hardest ground I've played on, it might be Liverpool.
Anfield, yeah.
Atmosphere there is unbelievable. Unbelievable. So a little boy from Harbourview community now playing in the Premier League.
Who was your favourite team growing up?
Growing up, we used to only see Liverpool mostly.
Was it?
Because back then games used to show like only on Sundays in Jamaica. And because of Johnny Barnes, he's from Jamaica.
Yeah.
So they used to show mostly Liverpool games. So I growing up watching a lot of Liverpool game.
So that must have been special then, as you say, going
Yeah,
there.
going
it just
to
means a bit-
Anfield,
Yeah.
you know, playing on those pitches and in front of those fans. Noisy.
Can you imagine?
No.
Was John Barnes your favourite player growing up?
No. Diego Maradona.
Back to
Diego
Maradona.
Maradona.
Yeah, I just thought he might have just
yeah.
been a special one to you.
But Johnny Barnes was a special talent. I grew up watching him, you know. Yeah, he was one of our inspiration as well growing up.
He's a top player in his day.
Was.
Who would have played against him?
Yeah.
John
Yeah.
Barnes?
Yeah.
And the likes of Ian Rush, you know, because we grew up watching them,
Yeah.
as I said. But overall, Diego Maradona for me
Still beats
all
everybody.
day. Yeah.
Playing in Europe as well, Ricardo, I mean, it shows you the great heights that Sam took you boys to. And you mentioned, I mean, scoring in the playoff final, scoring at the Allianz Arena must have been special for you as well.
And I haven't scored for a while before I scored a goal as well.
5 years or something
like that.
It
was about 5 years, yeah. When the ball came to me, I was just like, on the right as well, I was like, yeah, just put my foot through it. Yeah, I didn't even know what to do. My celebration was all over the place in it. Yeah, but that was a special moment, man.
Yeah.
Special moment.
Yeah.
In a massive in a massive club against top players.
Yeah.
No?
Who was the best, the most difficult opponent you came up against?
I would say Ronaldo. Cristiano.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cristiano.
Yeah.
Cristiano.
He
I would
was
say
alright.
Cristiano. Yeah. Yeah.
That was when he was at Man United,
Man
probably.
United, yeah. And when we played against Brazil, Romario.
Oh, what a player he was.
No, you see him. No, you see him. No, you don't.
Yeah.
He's having a shot and goal. Huh?
Sharp.
Yeah, he was
Just
sharp.
a wee guy as well, wasn't
Yeah,
he? Just
he was
a small.
small, but he was sharp.
Brilliant player.
Yeah, he was sharp.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
top class. Yeah. What was the secret then, Sam? Did you just make you want to run through a brick wall for him? Did he, like you said,
Sam-
management was really good.
For me, Sam was like a father.
Yeah.
A father figure, you know, not just for me, but for players. You know, he treated us like, you know, I would do anything for you, like what I would do for my kid.
Yeah.
You know, that's how he treated us. You know, but he push you to be the best that you can be, also. But one of the nicest person you will ever meet. You know, so he's a monster, but he's also a gentle giant, you know? Yeah. So for me, he's a father figure.
Yeah.
He has been a father to me. He guided me in so many ways. He taught me so many things, you know?
Yeah.
I remember first time doing ice bath.
Did you enjoy that?
No. I didn't, but after doing it though, you think you can play another 90 minutes straight away.
Wow.
You know, that's how it makes you feel. You know, like you can go and play another 90 minutes. That's what the ice bath did to you. I remember when he first started, I used to miss maybe the first 2, and then the fines started to come out. I was like, I can't be giving money away like this. People in Jamaica need it, you know? So then I have to suffer the consequence, but it was worth every time doing it, man.
Yeah.
Every
He
time.
brought the cryotherapy chamber in as well.
Yeah,
They took up to the training ground, didn't they? Exton.
You have to be walking around shirtless, clothesless, only in your shorts and your clogs. But be walking around in the chambers for like 6-7 minutes to 12 minutes. Freezing cold. It's crazy. But it was good. It was good. Yeah. It made the difference. It made the difference because the games came thick and fast, you know, and it makes a difference. Whenever we have an odd day's work at training, we will have to use it on a regular basis. Whenever we have 2 games in a week, we'll have to use it over the Christmas period. It became very beneficial to what we needed to get done.
And the thing is, you obviously believed in it. In the end, you believed in it because you saw the benefit from it. So, although you didn't like doing it, you knew you had to.
Yeah, you had to do it.
Yeah.
You had to do it because this is what you're going to get from it. This is what you're going to get from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was really good. It was really good. From when I came to Bolton to where you took it, it's an unbelievable transition, you know. We came, we were in a little cabin at first, and he transformed the training ground into a state of art.
Yeah.
To be honest,
Like you said, I think he was ahead of his time, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. He was. He brought in people from. First, what he did is created a team outside of the team on the field.
Yeah.
You know, and every single one played their part.
Mm-hmm.
Every single one played their part.
I think at one point we had the biggest backroom staff, didn't we?
Yeah.
In the Premier League.
Yeah. And some of these people went on to bigger things.
Mm-hmm.
Some work in the NBA, some work NFL, and some went to Chelsea.
Yeah.
You know, some of them work with some of the biggest NBA stars, and you know, so he was, as you said, he was way ahead of his time where those things was concerned. Yeah. You know, he was massive on creating a team outside of the team to take care of the team on the field. Mm-hmm. And his man management skill was out of the park.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Not forgetting Brownie.
Brownie.
In there helping as well.
Brownie.
You know, Phil was a big part as well.
It was a massive part, big part. Big part of the success that we had.
Also, I'd imagine for you guys, because he was a kind of go-between, wasn't he?
Yeah, exactly. He was that person that you will see every day, you know, and he's very dedicated, and you know what I mean. He played a massive part in the success that we had here.
And if there wasn't
during Sam's reign, and I'm sure Sam will say the same as well, and other players.
Mm-hmm.
If there wasn't a night out organised, he'd be dragging you out as well.
yeah, I know, right?
There would have been a good few nights out, I'd imagine, as players,
yeah. That and that's as I mentioned, that comes around to Sam's man management skill, innit?
Uh-huh.
I remember one game he came in and he said, if you win today, you'll be off until Thursday. We qualified for Europe football when he did that, you know. So
what?
And he will come again at the weekend and said, if you win today, you'll be off until Thursday, and he kept on doing it, and kept on winning.
Uh-huh.
Qualified for Europe.
It's incredible, isn't it?
It's incredible.
Method behind the madness.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
But that's finding out how your team responds, doesn't it? You know what I mean? If you plant that seed and you dangle the carrot, you get a response from them.
Yeah.
And you guys obviously like the night out, so you responded. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, we have to mention the times when Christmas got cancelled as well.
Right.
You know what I mean? There were a couple.
Was there a few that get kiboshed, was it?
Yeah, because a couple of bad result, you know, and at the end of the day, it's the right thing to do.
Can't have it always.
You can't, exactly.
No, there's got to be a price to pay, hasn't there?
Exactly. Yeah, and we did pay the price.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you dress up at Christmas parties?
Yeah, we had a few of them as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you dress up as?
Cowboy. Cowboy hat and everything. Pants, everything. Walking in Bolton town.
Yeah. You would have fitted in quite well then, a cowboy in the town.
Yeah.
Sheriff's in town.
Yeah, I remember those days, man. I remember those days.
Class. Yeah. See, the 2005-06 season, you won the Player of the Year here. That must have been proud for you to get that, that award.
That was an injury-free season as well.
Yeah, that helps.
Yeah, of course, to be given the Player of the Year by the players and the fans and everyone. It's amongst some of these players as well, but if at the end of the day, if it wasn't for my teammates and everything that we have done together, none of it would be possible as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they push me and drive me each day to be a better version of myself and to work hard and come out here and express myself to the best of my ability each time.
14 years at one club, you'd never really see that anymore. Did you have opportunities to leave? Did you not? It
was destiny, innit?
Yeah.
It was destiny. A couple of times when there was opportunity, but I never speak about this. I was injured.
Yeah.
You know, there were clubs who were interested and negotiation and talking between both clubs and stuff like that, but it didn't happen because I got injured every time I was supposed to.
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah,
it was
but
fate.
that's why it's destiny.
Yeah, it is.
It's destiny.
This is home for you.
It's destiny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, been so long, you've not had a testimonial, but
Hopefully one day.
Don't
One
say
day.
never, yeah.
I've still not write it off as
we
yet.
get that sorted.
Yeah.
No,
Hopefully.
I think it's one of them. You listen. You gave fantastic service to the football club.
Yeah.
And 10 years service grants you a testimonial. It'd be nice to see it, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Think of all the
It would be
stars.
nice.
Think of all the stars you'd invite.
I know, right? Definitely. But I think for me, nothing happens before the time. For me, God and time, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think the perfect time, if it's to happen, it will. So hopefully one day, so I can invite the old boys and invite a few friends.
But I mean, when you look at it, Ricardo, the club, have had some hard times in recent years. But
Yeah.
it's back on a sound footing now, and things are looking up for us. So the timing, I would say, is better now.
I know. Let's see what can happen. Let's see what can happen.
Yeah. You're back.
I will start to have the discussion and the conversation with the right people.
I think you need to.
Yeah. But I agree with you. The club has been in a difficult situation, but I'm happy to see it's back on the way up now. To be honest, and I'm watching pretty closely. I think last year we would have gone up, but
Yeah. I mean, we were ready, weren't we? We were
I
geared.
think so. I think so because I watched the game here against Oxford.
A 5-0 game.
When we beat them here. So when I saw them in the finals, I'm like, yes, this is it. This is it.
I think
this is it. But maybe that game.
Yeah.
Was the worst thing you could have
That was the
happened.
worst thing.
That was the worst thing that could have happened at the time, innit?
Yeah,
Without
I know.
They went away and changed their shape, changed their tactics, and worked on it. And I think possibly we just took a little bit for granted that we were going to beat them because of that game.
Yeah.
Think of it, this season, you think they can go up with them in the playoffs at the moment, Ricardo?
I think we're doing good.
Yeah.
We're doing good if we can find ourselves in playoff. Why not? Anything is possible. Oxford proved it to us last season.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So maybe we can do the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oxford just squeezed
Let's
in that
see.
6th place last year,
Yeah.
and like you said, I think invariably the team that just squeezes in at the end, they're the team in form.
Yeah.
Others have been in there for most of the season. Some are disappointed they've not gone up automatic. You're thankful you're there because you've squeezed in, and I think you go into the playoffs with momentum, don't you?
And I think anyone who is there have a possibility, but you have to turn up on the day, innit?
That's it.
We have to turn up on the day.
Yeah, absolutely. When you hung up your boots, were you sad to do that, Ricardo, when the time came to stop playing? Were you ready?
I was because I wasn't ready. It was because of injury. If it would have been the other way around, I would have been happy. Yeah, but sometimes good things come to an end.
Yeah.
And we always know with football, injury is always a part of it sometimes. So unfortunately, I was one of them who went out that way. But I've enjoyed my journey. I've enjoyed my journey. I have some great time. I have some great memories. I had some great memories.
Coaching wise, Ricardo, I know you coached the 20s, under 20s for Jamaica.
Yeah.
Also, you said your Harbour Town, etc.
Harbourview Football Club and Portmore United.
So, any more aspirations on the coaching side?
Not so much. I'm more leaning towards the boardroom, to be honest.
Okay.
I'm more leaning towards the boardroom. Growing up in Jamaica, I couldn't look within the boardroom and identify myself with anyone.
Yeah.
Right.
So my dream and goal is for a player to be able to do that one day. To look within the boardroom and identify themselves. So maybe when they hang their boots up, they
can go into that.
Yeah, they are inspired to go there, because when you're growing up and you're not seeing something happen, you are not so. You're wondering. You're you're not so sure. You know what I mean? But growing up seeing it happening over and over, maybe you will want to continue giving back to the sport.
Yeah.
Through that direction, you know. I think when players don't see those things happening on a daily basis, they are not urged enough to push. You know?
think probably as you get older as well, you become more mature, you see opportunities, and like you said, to give something back to football from a boardroom level.
Yeah.
And like you said, young players then look at you in the boardroom, knowing you've been through playing wise and everything else as well. It does give them daylight, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think
gives
so.
them something to aim for.
I think so. I think so. So my golden dream is to do that for younger players coming up. I never get the opportunity to see that. So hopefully I get the opportunity to fulfill that golden dream so they can see that, and if they want to make that transition, they are not so afraid.
You said about your local teams in Jamaica. What's the standard now of the football out there?
It's getting better.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it dipped a little bit, but I think it's on the rise again. I think they are creating a very good atmosphere for people to want to go and watch a game again. We have some talents there, you know, and they are creating something to give the players that drive and that energy again to go and do something great. So I think it's on the rise again. I think it's on the rise.
Any talent for here?
Always.
Yeah.
Always. Just need nurturing and harnessing, you know?
Yeah.
Because for me, I think the most important thing is the mindset.
Yeah.
You know? Once we change the mindset and get that mindset in the right place, the talent will speak for itself. You know? So it's nurturing that talent and guiding that talent and teaching that talent how to operate, because our culture is a fun culture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's understanding and knowing what it takes to be a professional, what you have to sacrifice, what you have to give up, you know, and know that one day you can always come back around to it, you know. But talent is never something that we are short of, you know, but it's to be that professional that you need to be. So it's like having all that ingredients put in together. You know what I mean? Because I could be very good at dribbling or very good at giving everything, but I'm short at this. You know, I'm hanging with the wrong people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that just takes away from everything else that I should be doing. It's like cooking our favorite meal, innit?
Yeah.
If we are short of one ingredient, so the meal is not going to be completed and taste how it should be taste. And have the taste that it should have, no?
And it probably takes a mentally strong person as well, a young person, to move over here from Jamaica now.
Yeah.
They need to be strong mentally
Yeah,
as well,
yeah,
don't they? Away
yeah.
from their family, etc.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you know, going into a new culture, learning the ways, you know, the work ethic, everything else that's involved in it, being a full-time professional player at a high level. It's tough, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's not, like you said, it's not just talent.
Yeah, so it's just nurturing and teaching, you know? Nurturing and teaching and guiding them, you know? Yeah. So whenever the opportunity do arise, it's not new to them.
No.
You know? It's something that they have seen before or something that they have heard before. So it's easier for them to make the transition. You know, I think that's very important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been an absolute joy watching you in a White's jersey. It's been a joy having you on, Ricardo. So thank you very much for gracing us with your presence today.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Thank you for the invite.
Hopefully, we'll see you in a white shirt soon. And that testimonial
be back here.
That'll be good.
Yeah, you have
Looking
to be
forward
ready
to
as
that.
well.
I'll get the Velcro boots on. That'll be good.
Yeah, definitely.
Magic, top man.
Wanderers Way, the official podcast of Bolton Wanderers Football Club in association with iHeat.